simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Let's talk about Alabama. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
But you got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
Looking to throw on first down. He unleashes a long one. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
This is obviously a quarterback that has had a lot of success here in recent weeks. You wonder maybe if he's feeling himself just a little bit too much, a little bit too eager here in the opening drive, taking a shot deep down the field he probably shouldn't have, and the defense made him pay for it with the INT.
Back to throw, it's Osborne. Bringing the heat. Got a man in the middle. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Okay, ready? Got it? Ready?
Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. Still looking, on the move. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He'll try to take it back. 10. Touchdown, Bama! The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Back to throw, it's Osborne. Spits it out to the back. What a grab with one hand. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. He fires one deep over the middle.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. This time it's complete. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. That's reeled in. It's Avery. Oh, he's got some space. He'll work his way down to the 28.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Avery. Finds a little space. Touchdown, Auburn! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle.
There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown tie. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here comes the Auburn offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. On the move. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw. It's Osborne. Plucks it out of the air. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? A designed run for the quarterback. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. With the catch, it's Keene. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage, and you can hit that curl route, and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
This is a designed run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
3 wideouts to the right on 2nd and 8. They'll move the wide receiver. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Osborne. Looking to scramble. Gonna try to get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll send the back in motion. On the move. Turning it on! He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Avery. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires on the move. Snagged in the middle. It's Avery. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
It's now second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Osborne. Moves around to clear up the vision. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like...
He wants to go deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you could see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make a play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air, it's Osborne. Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Avery. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Quarterback will keep it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Tigers are on the move. To the air on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And how about that back-to-back sacks? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Rolling, throwing, looking right. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together.
He's going for it all. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. He's at the 30. He's at the... and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man, it's Osborne. And here's the third interception of the night. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Bama! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Avery. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw, it's Osborne. Now sliding to his left. Grabbed over the middle, it's Keene. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Auburn lines up quickly. Just keeps slinging it. Caught behind the line. It's Keene. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Looking to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. He's got it inside the 15. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. He might want another play. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Irwin. Touchdown Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find the rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Finds the tight end. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
So now it's second and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's taking the shot. Hits him in stride at the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Snap in the shotgun. Here comes the heat. Buys a little time. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Osborne. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback may change this route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He rifles one deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Chambers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end in the secondary being ready for it. It just feels, guys, in this game like the defense is staying one step ahead.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Osborne. Wide open downfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Wants to keep it in the air. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Using his legs, it's Upshaw. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. Oh, he got loose. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The screen, he can go. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They go to the draw. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Quarterback keeper. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage. The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on 3rd down.
He'll pull it on the read. They stopped him cold in the backfield, and all he needed was inches on third down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Dropping back, it's Osborne. Here's a heat. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short.
Let's go! Let's go!
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing.